What's going on, everybody? Quills here, and today I am talking about the actual characters of Kane and Lynch. The reason I did this cinematic was because I think the characters of Kane and Lynch are very interesting. They're not good people. You don't have to play the first game to even know that. It's just kind of inherent when you see Kane and Lynch. In that first opening scene, you really see them. There's a hesitation between both of them to kind of open up to one another, because I think each one of them knows what the other is capable of, and furthermore, what they're capable of together. Kane and Lynch are the worst duo ever. They're just bad people. But what I love about this story is that we start to see them realize how bad they are. We see them realize they're bad people. We see them realize the destruction of their actions. And it's very interesting. I have a lot more respect for people that do full playthroughs of games now, and at least from a commentator's perspective. But this cinematic was kind of work, because I had to, there were certain dialogue points that I had to cut out, because I didn't want this to be a 6-hour thing of Kane and Lynch. That gets old. That's why I tried to kind of whittle it down so that it does just serve the narrative better, and it's just simply the kind of bare, skeleton of the story. And then I tried to build it up with the music and the editing and things like that, because the material's actually there. The visuals are there. But, I don't know. I just tried to make it a little more concise so that it wasn't just a boring playthrough, because a lot of times if you play through a game and there's a level you don't understand, you get lost. Nobody wants to watch you be lost for 15 minutes. Some people may, but from me as a viewer, that's something I would never sit through and watch. However, I would watch kind of more of a planned, simulated way to go through the game. I tried to play this game in a cinematic way. I tried to make sure that the actual game screen could see the skyline of Shanghai and things like that, because I'm a big believer, Kane and Lynch are the focal point of the story of this. However, the reason I called it Shanghai Nights is because Shanghai is just as big of a character, in my opinion. IO Interactive did such a good job of really just, creating this monster of a city that you could never escape from. Everywhere you turn, there's another hallway, another building, another cop, another thing to keep you trapped there. And I loved that. I loved that feel, because the first game jumped around so much. But the second game was just, you're in Shanghai. They completely immersed you in it. You were smothered in Shanghai, China. And I thought that was so cool the way they did that, because visually, I just love skylines. I've always been a big fan of just really cool photography of city skylines, especially huge Asian metropolises. Tokyo, Seoul, Shanghai, Hong Kong, all those. I love the way those cities look. They're amazing to me. And in a certain degree, Shanghai is a tribute to what humanity can achieve. It's a tribute to, what can be achieved through man. But the Kane and Lynch story is a kind of, cautionary tale of the bad things that just two men can do. And so that's why I really tried to focus on this. I love that, the reason that it's, the stories are numbered weird is in it starts at -3 and then goes to 0 and then number 1. Number 1 was actually the first one that I shot and recorded and decided to edit together. That was where I got the idea for it. Because I was looking at the cutscenes and I was just like, damn, this is a really cinematic game. And so, but it ended up serving a good purpose, because at number 1, that's really when Kane and Lynch decided that we've got to get the hell out of Shanghai. We can't be here anymore. So everything else is leading up to that. The negatives of Shanghai Nights are the backstory almost to this. The actual story itself, them really getting out of Shanghai, is, that's the positive numbers, I guess you could say. So I love these characters. I love the Kane and Lynch games. I know they don't get good reviews. I know people have a lot to say about them. And a lot of people even now are asking me, Quills, why the hell do you do this? Why do you spend so much time? I mean, I spent a good couple weeks working on this. I really wanted this to be a fine-tuned experience. And I'm not doing it for people that don't like Kane and Lynch. I'm hoping that there's Kane and Lynch 2 fans that see it out there. Or, Lord willing, somebody from IO Interactive sees it. Because that's half the reason I'm doing this. I want the people at IO Interactive to know that, hey, there are people out there that love your game and think you made something much more than maybe even you think you made. So anyway, yeah, that's my little rant just about the characters of Kane and Lynch and why I think they're interesting. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed Shanghai Nights. Thank you. Bye.